Two guys, one belt. Two guys, one belt. We end this bitch. We getting a real belt soon. Breaking news. Breaking news.
This is a very special edition.
Very special edition.
Two guys, one belt, top 10.
WrestleMania season, the best time to be a wrestling fan all year long. So we have decided to do the top 10 reasons we love being marks.
Don't really understand what a mark is. A mark is somebody who's a really, really big wrestling fan and knows the inside and then the outside of
and gets
wrestling.
And takes it to the next level.
So reason
top
number 10 is the divas. I mean, I feel like it empowers women.
Without a doubt.
It makes them
in a men's sport, technically.
In a men's sport, they do all the same things.
It's awesome looking at the divas, especially my girl Paige. You know what? They are something completely different that we get every single week. There is nothing like the divas. Nothing. There's nothing. There really isn't. They're women. They go out and they have that appeal. Then they can go out and they still wrestle matches and they still cut promos. They still have backstage segments.
And they even have their own TV show.
And they even have their own TV show on the E-channels.
All right, Nathan, what is reason number 9 we are proud to be marks?
Number 9.
9.99
is chairs.
Oh, geez, I didn't think you'd do this for real.
Chairs. I'm not even going to tell you the top 10 reasons to being a mark and why we love chairs. I'm going to show you why us being marks and we love chairs. I'll show you.
Where's that Solomon guy?
Oh shit! Oh god! Oh, that definitely broke.
Jeez.
Falling into number 8.
Number 8 is the history. The history of WWE and the Hall of Famers.
And the Hall of Fame specifically just because
the Hall of Fame,
that's like the culmination of the history of wrestling.
For me, being a newer fan, by watching the WWE Network, which I am grateful for.
Yeah, absolutely.
That should also be another reason where I wear a mark, because we pay $9.90.
And that ties into the history, because that's what WWE Network is.
I became a fan in about 2012, so before that I really didn't know much. And being able to watch what these guys had to do on a grander scale, day in and day out, these legends, it's just incredible, and it makes me respect them as performers and people themselves.
You can say what you want about today's product and it not being as good or whatever in the past. That's what the history of wrestling is for, though. You can go back, if you're not enjoying the product today, you can go back on the WWE Network or on YouTube.
Watch the different eras.
Right, and you go watch the different eras. You can go watch your favorites like, you know, Bruno Sammartino or Hulk Hogan or Bob Backlund.
Or Eugene.
Or Eugene. So that's a reason why we love being a mark.
7.
Number 7.
Why we are marks. I think this is you.
Number 7, the reason why we love being marks is the storylines. Storylines are the thing that keep us invested in the product itself.
Engaged in the product.
You know, matches are good and they can prove their point and they can still tell a story, but matches are only that one night.
Yes.
And, you know, we can talk about matches for years and years and years, but storylines are the things that keep us coming back every single week. An example is, you know, the Daniel Bryan storyline last year. You know, him getting pushed down by the Authority and then finally getting his come-ups and winning the championship at WrestleMania. You know, it's storylines like that that are not only just us. Not only just us. They're going to get wrestling fans, even the casual wrestling fans.
It engages, it captures the casual fans by wanting to see what happens next. So it gets those fans and brings them in, which is perfect, makes more fans and stuff like that.
And it's that aspect of wrestling creatively, you know, in our heads and everything like that, what gets the juices flowing.
So reason number 6 we are marks is the immortal one, the Undertaker's persona. Now this one is super specific, I understand, but now we are talking Undertaker persona pre-WrestleMania 30.
Yes.
because
obviously
the undefeated streak was...
It took him down a notch.
It did.
But before that, the streak was one of the greatest things ever in wrestling history.
In wrestling history.
In wrestling history.
Perfect way
and the man behind it was The Undertaker. You know, I started watching when he was the Undertaker biker gimmick, and he had, you know, Big Evil and whatnot. Then when he changed to, you know, the Phenom gimmick, I was so captivated. I was so captivated. It's Undertaker's one of the reasons why I'm a wrestling fan nowadays.
Which kind of leads into number 5, Nate.
Which is WrestleMania, of course. WrestleMania
itself.
This is, you know, and you know, we're gonna go out and say the stereotypical things, but this is the Super Bowl of wrestling. Yes. This is the weekend, or the day, even, I guess, that wrestling is the central of the sports world. It really is.
Correct.
You know, 70,000 plus people, you know, filling up stadiums. You know, the biggest matches of the year, always WrestleMania.
On a more personal note, when I found out that WrestleMania was the same weekend as my wedding, I tried to move my wedding.
That's how much we love WrestleMania.
That's how big of marks we are.
Going in to number 4. This one's a little bit different and a little bit more specific. Number 4, Zach.
It is the championship matches that they have even on Raw and stuff like that.
Or even just the championships in general. You know?
It's just so hyped up, and it gets us so engaged because it is for the championship. And once somebody wins the championship, it changes their character.
Right, it changes their legacy. There's been arguments online about the Intercontinental and the United States belt, how it doesn't get credibility and everything like that. You know, you can go out and you can say that. That's completely fine. But championships are the thing that is going to make or break wrestlers in the game today, without a doubt. Even, you know, Divas Championships, Tag Team Championships, you know, some of those, you know, not the World Championship, can still make or break characters.
And even in today's day and age, having somebody, a superstar, win a different belt besides the championship belt changes the way the belt's looked at.
You know, Seattle Seahawks, they were champions last year. They came in this year
all the way to the championship,
and they came back, and that was another reason people were wanting to watch the Super Bowl.
But they came up this much short,
and they're this close because
so that's like Cena versus Lesnar.
It's because championships mattered in that sport, and guess what? It's the same for wrestling. You can say what you want about wrestling, and you know what's bigger and what's not, but championships matter in wrestling, and it's things like that you know it brings the more sport aspect to it.
Nate, what is number 3?
Number 3 reason we love being marks is this right here. Is this video that you're watching on our YouTube channel. 2 Guys, 1 Belt is one of the reasons we love being marks. We love coming on here and going on the camera. And no matter if we're watching for 1 people or 200,000 people, it doesn't matter. Yeah. We love coming on here and
being able to convey our ideas.
And convey our ideas, our opinions, what we love, what we hated, and having some fun doing it.
Correct. My favorite part of watching Monday Night Raw is the live tweets we do.
Right. Live tweeting, that's another 2 Guys, 1 Belt aspect.
Even if we get 1 favorite a night, I mean, still, I mean, it's like somebody saw our idea and thought it was either relevant or funny.
Considering the product compared to last year isn't as good this year, I still love watching it because of this channel and becoming and getting on the camera and talking about it.
Keeps us more invested.
Definitely.
Number 2.
It's a little bit more personal.
This is on a pretty personal level. We have a job where we get to take pictures of different celebrities, and the celebrities that we mark out over the most are WWE wrestlers.
And things that get us pretty excited. We've gotten to meet so many amazing wrestlers and people that we look up to.
That brings us at a different mark-out level.
It brings us on a very heartwarming personal level.
Just to get our pictures taken or even have a short conversation with some of these wrestlers makes watching it worth it.
It's so awesome having a weekend where, you know, we get to see somebody and then we go and watch Raw on Monday.
And then we talk about them on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. And we get to see him on TV and everything like that. It gets us more like, oh, I know that guy. I got to see that guy. I want to keep watching because I got to see him. You know?
Now, as much as I hate John Cena, the wrestler, god damn, he is an awesome human being.
He's a great human being. It was such a pleasure to meet him. And, you know, and multiple other people that we got to meet. It's been such a pleasure. But number 1.
Number uno.
Without a doubt, is the social connection we get with other marks or other fans and friends that we have that love wrestling. That's what it's all about.
Making friends by being able to meet other wrestling marks.
Right, and that's what wrestling is really all about. Is you go
social interaction with each other, you know. And that's next to like a 4-year-old. I remember we were at a live show in San Antonio. And Bo Dallas came out, and I was the only person in the arena cheering for him. This little 4-year-old kid kept looking at me and saying, "Boo,
Bo Dallas sucks.
It's like just that, like
And
that
so
kind of
like a 4-year-old and a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Were technically arguing.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get that anywhere else.
I mean, and
only in
even
wrestling.
Tell who you want to be friends with by what they are chanting.
And you immediately have a connection. I can walk up to a wrestling fan, not know the guy, not know him personally whatsoever, and I'll just go, who do you think's winning tonight? You know, if it's a pay-per-view.
And you're gonna have a 10-minute conversation.
And you're gonna have a great conversation. The social aspect is the thing that keeps us coming back, because we get to talk about it the very next day on this channel with our friends. You can text friends. You know, we were texting, my brother last night.
Yeah, he's down in Kentucky, and we're texting with him.
We were having a group message and all about it. And if it wasn't for that, we might not be as big as wrestling fans. So, if we were just by ourselves watching it and we didn't get to do anything, we just watched it. The next week after that, we'll watch it again. That's cool. But going out and sharing our ideas with other people, the channel's one thing, but other people, face-to-face conversations, that's what really.
And it's always cool to hear their opinions. I mean, their opinions.
Oh my goodness.
So
I love hearing everybody's opinion. It's all different.
That's the best part about it, is they're different, and they'll tell you why, and it's just fun to, even have a mini debate with somebody you just met. Right?
Like, even if it's just 2 minutes long, it's the reasons we love wrestling.
Two guys, one belt.
Got one belt. Follow us on Twitter at 2 Guys 1 Belt.
Like us on Facebook, 2 Guys 1 Belt.
Make sure to check us out. GetScaredTV on Roku. Search 2 Guys 1 Belt.
GetScared.tv.com.
Get Scared.
You take the .com off. It's just GetScaredTV.
GetScared.tv to check us out.